booth around the corner. And, you know, I like messing with folks, just having fun, you know. But it's for their good, you know. But I asked, matter of fact, in part 1 I did this. I asked a kid, I gave him a picture of Jesus, who's supposed to be Jesus. And I always ask like a little kid, I say, you know, who is this supposed to be? And, you know, and I show them a picture of the white Christ, you know. And they say that's Jesus. And then I ask them another question. I say, well, who is Jesus? And they say, well, Jesus is God. And it's kind of scary because you should see the parents' reaction. You know, I might be trying to sell my DVD or something. I'm saying, you know, why don't you get the DVD? You know, so it's very educational. You know, I want, you know, learn something. They say, well, you know, I don't want to get it. And I'm like, well, let me see your kid. You know, so I show them this picture right here. You can pass this picture along. This is, we ain't got no kids in here, but this is a picture of Jesus. And there's also a picture of Serapis. And the two white boys look the same to me. I don't know, it could be just me. But they look the same to me. And I'm just gonna, you know, I guess we get off in him later. But basically, what it seemed like to me is they took the head of Serapis and they stuck his head on Jesus. So the folk that was worshiping Serapis and worshiping Jesus, they can all worship on one accord. Alright? Here go a picture of Bush. You can pass that along. They had to, you know, they tried to invite Bush like to the NAACP for like 5 times. And he didn't show up, and finally he showed up. I wouldn't have wanted him there if you got invited 5 times. I mean, yeah, we're going to talk some, you know, this is like family, so we're going to kick you today. Why would you, if you invite somebody to your house 5 times, the 2nd time I would have gave up. I mean, is it just me? Now, this is the President of the United States. Then Kanye West, they get mad at him because he get on TV and say Bush don't like black people. You think? I would have told the white boy to stay at home. Here you go. By the way, you have to excuse my passion for this once again because let me explain something to y'all. Why I even do this? Because people are like, why you do this? Let me talk about that. It's part 2. Well, we are the only race of people that are at the bottom of everything positive. Check this out, because I read statistics and all that, you know. But everything negative, we like at the top. We ain't like 3rd in line. Like we gonna work on that. No, we at the top. AIDS, jail, anything you can name bad, we at the top. We the champions. Everything positive, we at the very low. I mean, what is this? So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. You know, people talk about you too racial and you too that. Why? Why am I too racial? And you got a group of white boys trying to take over the world. How am I racial? And then black folks always talking about, you know, well, you know, you should read that. That's too deep. That's why white boys about to take over, because they read stuff that's too deep, and they take the knowledge and they take over the whole world. We won't even pick up a book and just read that the stuff that we learning is false. Alright? I showed a picture of the first Mary and the first Jesus, which was basically Isis and, I want to say her real name, Aset and Haru. Because Isis and Horus was the European way of saying it, and I don't even want to get off into that. So, I talked about in part 1, I showed a picture of the Black Buddha. These are actual artifacts. Now the pictures I'm showing y'all, they real. This ain't no cartoon, you know, these are real, like this picture right here. These are actual artifacts that still stand today. And it's showing in Asia how they had, in India, how they had depictions of certain people with black features. When I seen this, it kind of blew my mind. Because, you know, I'm learning stuff too. And what they don't teach you in school and what they don't teach our kids is this. Black folks ruled everywhere first.
That's
so
right.
Anytime you hear of another race in another part, it had to be after black folks. It wasn't, you feel what I'm saying? There wasn't no other race at one time.
That's right.
We was black, and that's all we knew was black, and that was it. Whether folk like it or not. So I, you know, wanted to pass that picture along. Here go another white boy. Charles Taz Russell. Let's talk about him for a hot second, okay? Now, I want to say something with all due respect. First of all, I want to say, I didn't come here tonight to offend anybody. So, no, I didn't come here to offend anybody. If you are not aware of the things that I am talking about, how can you say anything about them? If you are not familiar with some of the things that I'm saying tonight, how can you have an opinion on something you don't know about? So all I ask for you to do is just go do your research and find out. That's all I ask. Just pick up a book, black folk. If you don't know, now if you know, that's cool. You can laugh and say, hey, yeah, that's, you know. But if you don't know, don't get mad at me. Because see, let me break this down too. I like to, when I talk and do a speech like I'm doing now, I like to break certain things. I want to break down the difference between a fact and a belief. A belief, now let me break down a fact first. I want to talk about evidence, I want to talk about facts, and I want to talk about a belief. First of all, a fact is something that I like to call, it's irrefutable. Meaning like, you can have two people with two point of views. You place a fact in front of them, they have to agree with that fact because it's right there. And if they don't agree with it, they just, you know, being stupid. But it's certain things that's just evident. It's evident that y'all sitting down, I'm standing up. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on the microphone, I got the mic in my, I mean, that's just evidence. So when evidence is presented to you, whatever this body of evidence is, we call it a fact. Are y'all with me? Now a belief is something different. Because a belief can be accepted whether it is a fact or not. This has been a major, I want to say, crutch for the black community. Because we've accepted things that's just a belief and not accepted things that are a fact. Are y'all with me?
Oh yeah.
I got a problem with that. Because I can't live my life according to a belief. I cannot base my facts on what I believe. I have to base what I believe on facts. So, I gotta turn my phone on. Ghetto, y'all. You know, just ghetto. You know, still black. Just ghetto. No, I'm just kidding. Here go another picture. And I call this my house nigga pictures. Because it got like T.D. Jakes and Keith Butler chilling with the president of the United States. Now we already talked about Bush. And you know, like I said, if you get mad, I'm sorry. I'm very, 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 I apologize. I ain't gonna say I'm sorry.
Make it plain.
Yeah, I apologize. But let me hold on this. Let me talk. Let me get off into this.
Slow down.
Okay. I was raised in the church. For y'all who don't know, I talked about this in my first one, but I'm gonna tap off into this a little bit. I'm 31, and since I was a kid, all I knew was Christianity. All I knew was the Bible. All I knew was about Joseph and Mary and Jesus. You know, just, you know. I mean, I was like, my dad was a pastor. He's still a pastor. You know, I love my father. You know, we get along. Just not when we talk about religion. And I had a chance, and I'm still, because see, some of these men changed my life. So I'm not gonna disrespect, you know, some of these men actually changed my life. But this is the thing, I like to use this analogy. If you ask somebody like to help you in the kitchen to wash dishes, and you say, listen, I'm gonna wash, you know, the dishes, and I want you to dry. And then every time they dry a dish, they break it. First, you know, dish they break, you be like, it's okay. A second dish slip out their hand, you like, it's all right. Now the third dish, you be like, look, nigga, this, you gotta go. I'll dry. Y'all feel what I'm saying? My point is, you can help somebody, but then you can hurt them even worse. You feel what I'm saying? And what's the point of trying to help somebody or saying, you know, we gonna help you, and then you find out that something is a lie? It's like you never helped. So I gotta cut into them. Because these two Negroes know better. See, when you get a certain amount of money, you know certain things. I'm just gonna keep it real. Can I keep it real, y'all?
Yeah.
When you got money, you know certain things. You cannot tell me that it ain't certain people that's telling them certain stuff. You cannot tell me that these big time preachers y'all seeing on TV ain't going to Egypt and seeing this stuff on the wall. Come on, man. So if you know this ain't true and you preaching it, the last time I checked, that's a lie. Yeah? No? I mean, that's a lie.
That's right.
Especially when you chilling with the President of the United States and he like killing folk. They say over 500,000 babies they got killed over there in Iraq because of Bush. They every week they bombing over there. Every week. When I was watching C-SPAN, one senator or whatever they are said that they had spent like $40 billion 1 month on the war. 40 billion? You know how many people you can feed with $40 billion in a month? You know what you can do with $40 billion? But anyway. All right. Now, get off into some others. Y'all with me?
Oh yeah, we hanging.
Okay. All right. So I know y'all like to look and see some pictures, so I'm just gonna, you know, like my elder Lovebird told me, I'm gonna let my, you know, ancestors guide me, whatever. Moses, can you come here, bro? All right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, what I really want to dive off into today, because I can only do what I've been taught. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one man, I can only do it. And I'm going to really try to dive into this whole religion thing, because it's really irking me when I talk to people. It like give me a headache. Because I don't understand how people can live their life being deceived. Like how when somebody presents something to you that's like true, and you know it's true, how can you like deny it?
I can tell you.
Go ahead.
You did ask a question.
Go ahead, Elder.
That's true to them.
Okay.
I mean, so I hear what you're saying, but with all due respect, that's how.
Okay.
To admit that they were wrong with everything they were told, you can't do that. So that's what I just thought that answer since you asked that question.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna listen to my elder, and he said it's true to them.
They love to lie.
They love to lie.
Yeah, because they're not seeking reality. There's a difference between reality, seeking reality, and seeking truth.
Okay.
They're just predicated on who's in charge of telling it.
They praise that lie.
That's not necessarily reality.
And in case the video ain't picked that up, what my elder just said, my elder said it's a difference between seeking truth and seeking reality.
That's right.
So we gonna stick with reality. I'm gonna try to stick with reality, elder.
Keep it real.
Cause you know, and I can only speak for reality in my life now. You know, right? I mean, cause I love my elders when they talk to me and tell me stuff, because, you know, I love to hear other people's reality too. But I guess what I don't understand, because that is true. Because when I was in it, I thought it was the truth too.
Hello.
Yeah, I thought it was the truth. I was deceived. But I guess, to be honest with you, nobody ever presented like certain stuff to me like at the time. They told me, but they ain't present certain stuff until like, you know, they presented it to me and I was like, whoa. And I even had to marinate it on there for a minute, I guess. Yeah, it took me a while. Right. But you know what, it's so funny because we got so much technology and stuff, I don't know, today that, I don't know. But let me get off into some things. Alright, I'm gonna be going back and forth. The last time we talked about Egypt, I'm gonna give y'all a brief little story. You got Ethiopia, you got, I was just learning some stuff from one of my elders about Kilimanjaro, the mountain of God, the first man, he was here in Africa. These people like migrated to all the parts of the world. There was a time when the Black Kingdom flourished. I want to make that very clear. Because for some reason in school, the kids are taught that black folks ain't ever flourished. This is not true. We didn't just flourish in Africa, but we flourished in Asia, we flourished in India, we flourished like in every part of the world. Even after we were invaded, even after we were conquered, they needed us for certain things. Are y'all following what I'm saying? when they took over these lands, they didn't kill the doctors, they didn't kill the, you know, the builders and the architects. You know, they keep them alive. They rape the women. You know, the male population, they be down. So they rape the women, and they keep alive the people that they needed. Well, the people that they needed, these are the people that did certain things that they needed because they didn't know what they was doing. In other words, a good example, when Christopher Columbus discovered America, from my understanding, he didn't even know how to plant. I mean, they didn't even know how to, the Pilgrims or whatever they called, white boys, they didn't even know how to plant. So they was still learning stuff then. You understand what I'm saying? Like planting food and, you know, the only thing they brought was something bad and negative. Yeah. They didn't bring nothing. We already had stuff established, basically. And what we call civilization today is not civilization. Okay, I want to make that clear too. Civilization is not freeways and cars and that's not civilization. Civilization is the act of being civil. And when you civil, you peaceful. Ain't nothing peaceful about war and bombs and guns and shooting and we about to take over this land and we got to meet over here. That's not peaceful. We're not in the midst of civilization right now. So I want to make that clear too. Alright? I'm about to, like I said, cut into some stuff that I didn't cut into last time. One of the books that I want to talk about is the Bible. There's certain facts that have to be put in place when you talk about the Bible. Everything in the Bible is truly stated, but everything in the Bible is not a statement of truth. Did everybody understand what I just said? Therefore, this book has to be analyzed over and over again to get the full meaning of this book, okay? I'm just gonna read off some of my facts that I got. The book of Matthew was written around 64 to 68 AD. It is very interesting to find out that Matthew was Peter's account of the life of Jesus. This book was also written to people who were already Christians. Just keep that in mind. Y'all got what I just said? Mark was the oldest book written in the New Testament. Luke and Matthew borrowed from this book to create their books. This has been proven in history. They were written to a Roman audience. Let me explain something. When you talk about, you know, a lot of people talk about the Bible, and it's amazing because when I talk to different Christian people, there's certain stuff that they just don't know about the Bible that they should know. First of all, like the word, like I asked one girl, she was trying to convert me to be a Christian. You know, God bless her soul. That makes her a better person. She want to be a Christian, that's cool. I didn't even knock her, but she attacked me. Because she saw like I got my eye on in my frame at my booth, you know. And I asked her a question. I said, who's God's chosen people? She said, the Hebrews, the Israelites. I said, okay, that's cool. I said, who were the Hebrews and the, you know, the Israelites? And she was like, you know, there was God's chosen people. And I was like, what they look like? And she was like, that don't matter. I said, okay, it ain't gotta matter. I said, what do Hebrew mean? Now Hebrew means wanderer. That's what it means. It means wanderer. Okay? She didn't even know that. So I told her, until you find out what Hebrew means, then you can come back and tell me, you know, about the Hebrews. So that was the end of that conversation. Hebrew mean wanderer, y'all. Now check this out.
So check me out. Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit. That real make these niggas wanna hit the dance floor.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit.
Should I spit that fake shit?
No, spit that real shit. That real cause they boss and they need to know.
You see these fake bitches, fake niggas with fake riches. You dumb niggas who won't listen and in prison, your soul's missing. Been wishing that you would listen, but that system got you locked, your boy snitching, your girl tricking. You just another number nigga, just because you tried to show your nuts was bigger. Killing your own brother, fucker, how does it feel? Cause now your ass in the joint, they got you wearing them heels. I bet your bottom dollar you can't flow like me. Nigga, I bet your bottom dollar you can't track like me. Name a nigga who can hustle, get a stack act like me. You see your dick ain't big enough to blow a back like me. Ain't rapping black like me, ain't quoting facts like me. Even niggas with Nick ain't got a knack like me. You better call the police because Gennaro's a beast. And by the time I'm